y'all hear it?
Unlike my esteemed colleague, I'm just going to ask a question. Most of you know me, you don't need to hear about my background. This is for all four of you. If you had the power to make one change on Roosevelt Island, I'm limiting you to one change, but you could have it done, you've got the power. What would that change be? What would be your first priority?
So we're going to start with number one. Brian, that was you, right?
I was number one, yes.
You were the number one?
Still number one.
Oh man, this is the choice that haunts me all night. I think that one's a hard one, because if there's, you know, the magic power, if I get the magic power, I'd revitalize Main Street. But I think that one's a complex and comprehensive
I don't care how
issue. I think if it was just a single action item, I'd want to kind of perform the way that our public safety is working. I think that there are definitely pockets that are just unpatrolled and where we see kind of teenage kids left to do their own thing and it's causing problems. I think that's something that can be addressed in a quick manner without a great deal of red tape beyond the pushback that will come from both the community and public safety itself.
I think it's more mixed.
I think one answer, money. Everything starts and ends with money, and I think that the biggest, deepest pocket on the island is going to be Cornell Tech, and I think they should be held accountable to provide impact funding. If you look at any place where they open up a Walmart or any type of store, they have impact money that goes to the community for parking, for law enforcement, for public safety and health, for sanitation. And we're not seeing with a whole lot of transparency exactly what impact funding is going to come from Cornell. So I would say that would be my magic wand, would be wave it, bring the money in, and that's going to help revitalize Main Street. It's going to help open up some doors for youth activities. It's going to bring some impact funding to help public safety and sanitation and health.
I think we've got the lead in there. All right, let's go.
Yeah, sure.
Is it on club?
Move it a little. Yeah, just push it in a little bit.
Okay.
Good.
Okay. What I would change is, right now it's this the public benefit corporation, and right now I don't think it is. I think it's, well, it depends on, I want it to be a community benefit corporation. That's what I want. Right now I don't see it as a community benefit. If I had my druthers, that's what I wanted to be, a community benefit corporation. And that would include all the Main Street, all the storefronts on Main Street. Right now, we're tied into Hudson related, and there's nothing we can do about anything they decide because we're tied in contractually, and there's the influence I'm hoping will become better, but there's nothing we can do right now. Right now, with the youth center, with public safety, it goes across the board. If it's a community benefit corporation, the community benefits. Right now, our kids are locked out of the fields because of the Zog Sports or whoever comes and rents the fields, and they really don't have access to just play in the fields like they used to when my kids were growing up. The parks, the playground equipment, it's really needs to be updated, and it needs to be something fun for the children. And I'm still heartbroken about the fact that that Castle Park that used to be in Blackwell Park was replaced by something so generic that my kids didn't even want to go there and play. And they're in high school and college now, and it's just sad. So I would like this to be a community benefit corporation instead of public benefit corporation.
Let me first just start by saying, isn't that great? I mean, we have three different answers, and all touch kind of important things. And it's kind of good that we're not really running against each other, because there's so many open spots. And I think it shows, I mean, it is what it is, but it shows true passion here. And I think that's important. and you have 4 people, well, I'm gonna say 3 there, but I'm gonna include myself, with some ideas on how to make it better, and I think that's important. As for me, if I had a magic wand and I could fix that, if I could fix one thing, it would be to revitalize Main Street. Now, why? Because I think if we have stores in here, if we fix the youth center, if we do all that, we'll have a place for the kids, we'll bring money in, and I think it will create a setup for the rest of it. There's a center to the island. We've all seen the plans of what it should have been, and it isn't. And I remember when I came in, when we moved here, there was a bar that closed down, the sports bar. There was a pizza shop that closed down. You know, there was a coffee shop, pastry shop that closed down. There was the I don't know what to call it, the Korean,
The
no,
hardware store.
that was, there was the hardware store, but other than the hardware store, the fish market.
And the flower store.
And the flower store.
And the flower store.
Exactly.
And the thrift shop.
And the thrift shop, which, you know, I got clothes for my daughter for any type of activity at school that we needed. She had to have a uniform for some type of play, we got it. It's great, and we don't have that. And you can see an effect it has in the community. This is not to downplay what my colleagues have said, or my hopefully future colleagues have said. I think they're all important things. I just think by revitalizing the center of the island, this will help, because it's probably, sorry?
How?
How? Well, I had a magic wand. No, I mean, but that was the question. But if you're asking how, I think there has to, no, but it's a good question, how? So, to pivot, because we all like to pivot, I think part of it is there are procedures for how things get done, and clearly they're not working. So they have to be fixed. You know, they're at some point, I don't know if this is still the case, but they wanted new tenants to pay all back rent owed for the area.
Yeah.
Who can do that? That's the most ludicrous thing I've ever seen, ever heard. That's just insane. There's a lot of stuff like that must be fixed. Now, maybe it's because people are running here, maybe they don't all live here. Maybe it's because they have no business background. Whatever it might be, these ludicrous requirements have to be taken out. I mean, there is no magic wand, but there are ways to fix it. There's no, I don't know why, but there's no reason that the diner is still closed. You know, that diner, there were issues, but the food was good, and they really contributed. Remember the jazz they would have on the summer? You know, there was something there, you know, the community, and that's what it brings out, and that's what we should have. So if I had the magic wand, that's what I would do.
All great answers. Okay, who's got,